Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Karen at Adams Memorial Library. Welcome to our first book report of 2024. I am here with our library friends, Bryony, Diantha, Dandelion, and Rosie. And this week they have chosen some books about making all kinds of different things. You could make friends, you could make something good to eat, you could make some art, you could maybe even make something in the snow. So the books that I have to share with you, along with our friends, are To Make, which was written by Danielle Davis, and the illustrations are by Mags DeRoma. This one is called Words to Make a Friend, a story in Japanese and English. It was written by Donna Napoli, and the illustrations are by Naoko Stoop. This book is called Lenny and Lucy, and the words are by Philip C. Stead, and the illustrations are by Erin Stead. This last one is all about making cookies and cakes and maybe cinnamon buns, good things like that. This one is called American Girl Holiday Baking. It's put together by the American Girl Company, and the illustrations are by Nicole Gerulat. So let me tell you a little bit more about these stories. Now, to make anything, something that you're baking, maybe a story that you're writing, art that you're doing, there are 3 steps. You need to gather everything you need to make your thing, and then you need to wait. Because making things sometimes takes a while, but if it's worth doing well, and it's worth waiting for. No matter what kind of stuff that you're doing. So suppose you wanted to make a cake. So to make a cake, you gather all your supplies. You need your ingredients, you'll need your bowls, you'll need your spoons, might need your baker's hat. So you gather, and then you make. You stir, you mix, you whip, you put it in the oven, and then you wait. Wait till that's done. If you're going to make a garden, you will gather your supplies. Might need a wheelbarrow, might need a friend. Got to make it. You're going to have to plant your seeds, and then if you're having a garden, you might need to wait a long, long time. So this book is all about what you're making and what you're waiting for. So it might give you some good ideas about things to do. This story takes place in the winter on a snowy day. A new family is moving into a house. You see the moving truck there? It's a mother and a daughter. And there's another mother and daughter who live next door. And so that mother comes to welcome the new people. She brought them something, maybe a pie. So she made a pie for them. As people are moving, the moving company's helping to move things in. And then the girl who already lives there decides she's going to go out and play in that snow. And the new girl thinks, maybe that would be fun. I like playing in the snow. Do you like playing in the snow? So even though she's in a new place, she thinks, well, maybe she could find her snow gear. So she needs her boots and her warm coat, her hat and her scarf and her mittens. And then, maybe she could go outside. Maybe they could play together. It's hard sometimes when you don't know somebody else, especially if you're new and maybe you're feeling a little shy. But the girl says hello, and the new girl says konnichiwa, because the new little girl speaks Japanese. So this one says hello, this one says konnichiwa. So what do you think konnichiwa means? Yes, it means hello. So even though they don't speak the same language, they can still figure out what's happening, and they can teach each other new words. This one says, let's play. And she says, wasobu. And so everything that they're doing, they can tell each other what it is in English and Japanese. Oh, here's a bird. The American girl who speaks English says peck, peck. The new girl to the United States says kotsu kotsu. So now we'll know it in 2 languages. So this one is about all the ways that you can make a friend. And the illustrator, Naoko Stoop, said she came from Japan too and came and learned English. And so she especially liked doing this book because that little girl reminded her of herself. So even if somebody doesn't speak your language, maybe you can get to know them, and then you can teach them your language. They can teach you their language, and then you'll know twice as much and get a friend too. Now in this story, Peter is moving with his father and his dog Harold, and Peter is not so sure about this move. Wow, it's just sort of through these woods, a little bit off the beaten path. He's not sure about this new house. When they finally left the woods and they stood safely on the other side of this wooden bridge, Peter said, "This house is not as good as our old house. I want to go back." But no one heard except Harold, who was only a dog and couldn't do much about it, even though he wanted to. Harold would like to go back to the old house too. Harold was a good dog. So it's hard to move to a new place, especially when Peter's not sure about that bridge and who might come out of the dark or what might come out of that dark woods at night. So he didn't sleep too well the first night. So he decides he's going to make something, and Harold can help. He got a lot of pillows and blankets, and he made Lenny, guardian of the bridge. So now they don't need to worry about anybody or anything coming over the bridge at night, because Lenny is sitting there outside and he is watching and he is guarding, and they will be safe. But then they worried about Lenny being there all alone. And so then they still didn't sleep very well that night. But, if you have a guardian of the bridge who's all alone, maybe you need to gather some leaves and make a friend. So they made Lucy. So now Lenny and Lucy can be together. And so that'll make Peter feel better. And, maybe it'll turn out that this new house is not so bad after all. And after all, he's got Lenny and Lucy and Harold to help him out. And maybe some new people too. So when you check this book out from the library, you can find out what happens to Peter and Lenny and Lucy. Now this book, it's called Holiday Baking, but I think even though the holidays are over, January, I feel is still a good time to bake. And look, they've got mitten cookies and snowflake cookies, and surely you could make those in January too. Or you could make with these. They are peppermint dip chocolate cookies. That sounds good. You could have them with some hot chocolate. Or you could do a snowy gingerbread tree like that. That seems like a great January project. So if you want to gather and make and bake some treats, then this could be the book for you. You can check this book out from the library. You can check out any of these books from the library. We'll have them in the children's room. You can come down and look for them. You can always reserve them and pick them up that way. But I hope you'll enjoy these books. All our friends like them, so I hope that you will too. And then we'll be back next week with some more library books that you might enjoy. So thank you, friends. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.